The average high earner in America makes great money and has almost nothing to show for it. Today, we're going to talk about the why and exactly what to do about it. This is Real Talk Now. I'm Jeff Crisalli, so let's get into it. Let me ask you something. How many people do you know, good people, hardworking people, six-figure earners who are still living paycheck to paycheck, right? Maybe that's you. Listen, no judgment. I lived paycheck to paycheck for many, many years of my life. But here's the thing that nobody talks about. Income and wealth are not the same thing. Income is what you earn, and wealth is what you keep. And wealth is what grows from what you keep and what works for you while you sleep, right? Most high performers have mastered income, but almost none of them have mastered wealth. And I want to tell you why. It starts with something I call the promotion trap, right? You work hard, you become the director of this, the vice president of that, you get the title. But every time you get the promotion, you get more responsibility, more pressure, and more demands on your time. But your financial foundation, it's still sitting on one single point of failure. One job, one check, one bad quarter away from starting over. Then there's lifestyle things that creep in, right? Income goes up, spending matches it. Nicer car, bigger house, better vacations. Nothing wrong with any of that, right? People work hard. They deserve to do the things that make them happy. But savings, investments, assets, they normally stay flat. I mean, it just is what it is. Here's the stat that should stop you cold. Most six-figure earners are 90 days away from financial stress, not financial ruin, but financial stress. Think about that. I mean, there's so many people, me included, in their lifetime that didn't reach six figures and say, oh my God, that would solve all my problems. Guess what? It didn't, doesn't. Not back when I started earning six figures. I still made all the mistakes that everybody made and that I'm talking about today. But I want to share with you something that took me way too long to figure out. Early in my career, I thought about, the formula had to be simple, right? Work hard, get promoted, make money, repeat. And for a while, it did work, right? I climbed the ladder, I earned, I built a life that, some would have loved to have, right? I was proud of it, but I always had that entrepreneurial mindset and wanted the next thing, right? The next level. But somewhere along the way, I asked myself a question that changed everything. If my income stopped tomorrow, what would I actually have? That was my wake up moment, right? Because the honest answer I gave to myself wasn't what I wanted it to be, right? And that's when I realized that I've been thinking like an employee my entire career, right? Trading time for money, building someone else's wealth while collecting a paycheck. I was giving them something of value, which was my time, and they were giving me back my paycheck, money, right? But it wasn't an equal equation because I'm a hard worker and I do the things that I have to do. So that shift changed everything for me. I stopped asking, how do I make more money? And started asking, how do I build something that lasts? And for the next 15 or so years, I became a serial entrepreneur. I was in several different businesses, from construction companies to real estate to restaurants to different ventures here and there. But I did accumulate assets. I did buy real estate. Um, but here's what I want you to understand: assets compound, time compounds, but only if you start. The biggest mistake that people make, high performers, low performers, people make, is waiting until they feel ready. And guess what? You're never going to be ready. It's a cliche, but you have to build the plane while you're flying it. It's true. And maybe for people, the best time to start was 10 years ago. But guess what? The second best time is right now. All right, so let's get practical. Three things that you have to do starting now, not tomorrow, now. When you get paid, pay yourself like a business. Before the bills, before the lifestyle, before the things you wanted to buy, the shiny new iPhone or whatever the case may be. I don't care if it's 5%, I don't care if it's 20%. Pick the number, but stay consistent. It's non negotiable. Because here's the truth: you are the most important vendor in your life. Pay yourself first. The habit matters more than the amount right now. Start small, stay consistent, and let it compound. Number two, stack one income stream before you really need it. Not 10, not a side hustle. One, real estate equity, dividend stocks, right? A skill you can monetize. Do the thing that interests you, but pick one lane and go deep. Do it great. Monetize it well. Save that money to the side. The biggest trap I see people fall into is trying to do everything at once and doing nothing well. I did it. That was me. I tried to do 100 different things. I failed, not total failure, but what I could have made to it if I stuck to one lane could have been amazing. So master one, then add another, right? But build the foundation before you build the house. The last thing, and probably the most important thing, is protect your time like it is your scarcest asset, because it is, right? Money can be rebuilt. Money comes and goes in people's lives. Time cannot. It's gone. Every yes you give to the wrong thing is not building something that matters. I want you to do something this week, this weekend, whatever. Look at your calendar honestly. Where are you spending time that isn't moving you forward? Of course, we're all going to have downtime, meeting with our friends, going out to dinner, whatever the case may be. Being physically active, health is super important. But look at what's not moving your business life forward. And that's where your wealth is leaking, right? Your calendar is your wealth strategy. Act like it. All right. I want to be even more real than I can for a minute because this is real talk now. And that means that I go first. There was a point in my career that I was making great money, making terrible decisions with it. Not bad habit decisions, but I wasn't investing it. I was spending recklessly. Um, because I was focused on the wrong thing. I so was locked in on climbing up the ladder, the next title, the next level, the next win, that I wasn't building anything beneath me. I had income, but I didn't have a foundation. And at that time, that's when things got uncertain, right? If the market shifted, if the landscape changed, I felt it because not because I was broke, but because I realized how fragile the thing was for me. And that's when I started buying assets. That's when I started buying homes for rent. That's when I started investing wisely in stocks, in different investment vehicles, right? Because I'll tell you right now, if you start doing these things, the version of you 5 years from now, it's going to be shaped by what you do today. Absolutely. So listen, I'm going to close. But here's what I want you to take away from today, right? Everything starts with one decision. Okay. One decision. Stop spending everything you make and start building something that outlasts the next paycheck. Three things. Start today. Pay yourself first, stack one income stream, and protect your time like it is everything, as well as your health. That's Real Talk Now. I'm Jeff Crisalli. Next week, we're going to talk about the C-suite actually taught me about building teams and why most managers never become real leaders and what the ones who do have in common. You don't want to miss it. Thanks. God bless.